Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'm going to be reacting to 20 most censored Sailor Moon moments. I grew up watching Sailor Moon on Cartoon Network, so I never really got into the Japanese version of it, so I only know the American one. But I do know some things that they changed was like Zoisite. They changed him into a girl in the American version. I guess he was too feminine. I don't know. But also I know there was like some nudity in the Japanese version, so they probably censored that. And also Sailor Uranus and Neptune, I guess they were a couple, but in the American version they were cousins. That was a little weird because I feel like in the American version they couldn't like edit out the other girls like crushing on Sailor Uranus. But anyway, let me stop talking. Let's see what else there is, and please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below.
Hey guys, it's Ash here with Watch Mojo, and these are the top 20 most censored Sailor Moon moments.
Oh no, too much juice. Huh?
For this list, we'll be looking at the most changed, covered up, and altered aspects of the classic 90s series.
Yeah, and I didn't watch the remake.
Talents. Sailor Moon is about a group of teenage superheroines, so of course the show has some teenage-type humor in its writing. In the original anime, Makoto Kino, aka Sailor Jupiter, and the other girls argue over who should play Snow White in a play. Makoto says that her large chest makes her the perfect pick for the princess role. In the North American English dub, this was changed to Makoto arguing that she has the most talent, not the biggest body parts.
Well, I think I should play Snow White. I mean, after all, it's obvious I clearly have the most acting experience and talent around here.
This change was definitely part of the localization team's attempts to make the show more appropriate for American children and their parents. Number 19, changing Sailor Senshi to Sailor Scouts. In the original manga and anime, the main protagonists are called Senshi, which translates to combatant, soldier, or warrior. Considering the incredible battles the main characters go through, it's no wonder they were referred to as soldiers. After all, they fought the ultimate forces of darkness in every episode. During the translation process, the North American team elected to change Senshi to Scouts.
I am Sailor Moon! Mercury! Mars! Sailor Scouts!
This was likely done because the direct translation of soldier or warrior seems a bit too mature, while Scouts is more child-friendly, like Cub Scouts or Girl Scouts. We don't remember any badges for defeating the Dark
I don't
Kingdom,
see a big problem with
Number
this.
18, body shaming. While most of the censorship of the show is a bit silly, we actually support this decision. References to weight and body image come up throughout the series, but the most controversial example is from the anime's first season.
Jura fat.
In an episode bizarrely titled Learn How to Be Skinny from Usagi, the show's heroine has a meltdown after gaining half a pound. Luna mocks Usagi with a crude drawing.
It's you in 6 months.
What? That's not funny, Luna! I'm gonna get you!
Usagi starves herself for a day and
Wait, what
ends up
season?
fainting.
It says season 1.
While these particular plot points remain the same in the North American English dub, the episode alters some scenes.
Drawing my favorite hero.
See, that's the voice I recognize.
Additionally, the Sailor Moon Says segment at the end of the episode drives home the point that crash dieting is
Starving yourself and exercising till you drop is not a smart way to lose weight.
Number 17, Chibiusa's gun. Given Japan's
Gun?
strict gun laws in comparison to the laws in the United States, this particular change comes as a bit of a surprise. Chibiusa is a divisive character for fans of Sailor Moon, so it makes sense that her introduction is controversial. In the span of about a minute, Chibiusa falls from the sky, interrupts Usagi and Mamoru's kiss, and threatens Usagi's life with a gun to the face at point-blank range.
I did not remember that.
持ってるわよね、銀髄章を。さあ、早く渡しなさい。
Although it's quickly shown to be a toy, the sequence is still tense enough to cause Usagi to pass out. In the initial North American English dub, the gun is completely cut out, and the scene is rewigged to fit the rest of the episode.
I want that crystal now, understand? So just hand it
Oh,
over
they just
to me.
Number
zoomed in
16,
so that you can't see the
cat
gun.
fight. When two of your main characters are cats, it's natural that those cats might fight sometimes, even if they are wise and magical. After the Sailor Guardians temporarily lose their memories, Artemis contemplates their situation and flirts with Luna, suggesting that they should settle down. Of course, Luna is shocked and responds by scratching and yelling at him.
僕たちもそろそろ。
何すんのよ、いやらしはね。
This scene was removed from the original North American English dub, perhaps for being too gory, or because Luna calls Artemis a pervert.
Gory?
Isn't it, Artemis?
Yeah, she can be a normal kid now that the Negaverse is behind us.
Let's hope so.
I would argue that anyone who has multiple cats in their house has seen fights like this, though. Additionally, this scene is hilarious in retrospect because Luna and Artemis do, in fact, end up together and have a kitten appropriately named Diana.
Oh yeah,
Number
I remember
15,
that thing.
perverted characters. Although Luna called Artemis a pivot in the last censored moments, the White Cat has nothing on some of the characters in Sailor Moon. Despite the fact that the main characters are between 13 and 16 years old throughout the series, they encounter
yeah, I
an
never
obscene
really
amount of perverted men.
Knew how old they were. I just watched the show as a kid. I never really thought about it.
The most disgusting example is Rei's grandfather. Despite being a Shinto priest, he frequently makes advances on young women who visit the shrine where he and Rei live and work. One of Rei's first lines in the series even points out that her grandfather has a bad reputation around the community.
ナンパな趣味で、しかも男女問わず。
The original North
I feel like
American
that's the
English
Japanese
dub
thing. They always have like a
downplays his
pervert in there
behavior
doing
and
something.
makes him just seem overly friendly and silly instead.
That's okay. I'll just send you on your way with a few extra good wishes to go with your new charms.
Number 14, removing text. Of course, the anime was written in and is based in Japan, so it makes sense that all the writing that appears is in Japanese.
うさぎちゃんダメよ。一緒に乗るのよ。ね、勇気を出して。
This
However,
episode, the
when
bus
the series was
disappears.
translated for international audiences, the localization team sometimes removed or altered Japanese text that appears throughout the show, while changing some aspects, such as the text in the opening title sequence, makes sense.
I don't see why they have to change it on that.
In some countries, took it a step further. The most notable example of this is in the original South Korean version, where the text was completely removed due to a ban on broadcasting representations of Japanese culture.
That's interesting because anime isn't anime Japanese culture anyway.
Some of the things the girls go
So wouldn't
through
you
in the
just ban
series, it's
anime?
surprising that something as relatively tame as spanking wound up on the cutting room floor. When Chibiusa first appears in the series, she is insistent on finding the silver crystal. As we mentioned earlier, she pulls a gun on Usagi, but she also tears apart Usagi's room, invades her bath, and even drugs Rei, Ami, Makoto, and Minako. When Usagi has enough, she spanks Chibiusa.
眠り薬を入れるなんて、おいたは許しません。あなたが誰なのか、どこから来たのか。
While it is indeed violent, taking into account Usagi's incredible powers, it's definitely not the worst thing she could do. Regardless, the scene was cut from the North American English version.
Okay, you rotten brat. If you're not from the Negaverse, I'm not gonna hurt you. But if you are, this means war.
I miss this
Number
voice.
12, Purity Chalice.
My childhood.
The third season of the anime gets downright Arthurian, featuring a quest for the Holy Grail and everything.
Oh, when they get shot
Give the Holy Grail to the legendary Messiah.
in like pure hearts, whatever. I don't remember.
Pure heart crystals
Oh,
to
yep.
summon the Holy Grail and the evil Pharaoh 90.
無限の力を持つ聖杯です。
To broaden the symbolism of the Holy Grail, the North American English dub team changed the relic's name to Purity Chalice.
And those...
will lead us to the Purity Chalice.
This was likely done to remove religious references in the anime and avoid angering certain American groups. Despite the name change,
People can complain about anything anyway,
one of the
so.
most powerful items in the Sailor Moon universe. Number 11, the Negaverse. In the original version of the anime, the collective of dark forces that serve as the main antagonists in the story's first arc is called Darku Kingdomu, or the Dark Kingdom.
He said it like it didn't sound the same.
The Dark Kingdom is, of course, ruled over by the stylish yet wicked Queen Beryl. However, when the show was originally adapted for North American audiences, the adaptation team changed the villains to be called the Negaverse instead.
That's the same girl who defeated Queen Beryl and the Negaverse.
Additionally, the Negaverse served as
I
a
wonder
way to
if the Japanese
sidestep
version
the
had like
subject of
original
death.
My
songs
energy
also.
belongs to the Negaforce!
I remember
In the original dub, fallen
The American
characters
one
were
had, like,
banished to the Negaverse and
some
held
original
as
songs.
prisoners instead of killed off.
You're
I
destined
don't know
to
if they're
write the
original though,
emails
but
of the Negaverse. Where will you ever get it?
Maybe I don't want to. Good night.
We will revisit the most notable example of this particular change later on in the video. Number 10, violence.
what? He died?
As an action-packed series starring a team of magical soldiers, Sailor Moon had its fair share of violent
And the blood was
confrontations.
coming from his
In
chest?
the original Japanese run, the animation team
Oh.
did not shy away from showing bits of blood when it was appropriate. However, when the show was picked up for distribution outside of Japan, localization efforts largely removed scenes that were considered too violent. While a chunk was surprisingly kept in, even the tamest things like small cuts would hit the chopping block. Number 9, Usagi drinks too much.
Wait, how old is she?
Poor Usagi keeps going to parties where they only serve alcoholic punch. The first time the heroine accidentally drinks too much punch happens near the end of the episode, and the short
Wait, what's the
scene's
drinking
dialogue
age in
isn't
Japan?
changed too much. And we get that it's supposed to be a romantic moment, but Mamoru kissing her when she's drunk is still kinda creepy.
Wait. Didn't he say they were like 13 to 17 or
The
something?
second time Usagi drinks too much, the moment is changed to make it seem like she's simply sick from too much sugar in the punch. Whether it's from granulated or distilled sugar, at least Mamoru doesn't kiss her when she's under the influence this time.
You have a charming sense of humor, mademoiselle.
Merci, bonjour, sweet souffle.
Yeah, I didn't catch this when I was a kid. But I guess that's what they wanted.
Number 8, implied nudity.
Oh yeah. I mentioned this.
While nothing super explicit was really visible in the original version, apparently the mere suggestion of nudity was too much for some parts of the world. During her transformation sequence, for example, body lines have been removed, so only the girls' silhouettes appear as they power up.
Power up. Transform.
When characters take baths, the water is raised to hide the cleavage, made opaque to hide body lines, or both. Some individual shots are even completely removed if they can be done so without majorly impacting the story. While some of these edits work okay in the context of the story, others are just clunky. Number 7, Fisheye. Part of what makes Sailor Moon so beloved is that it has a fair amount of LGBTQ+ representation. Unfortunately, when the anime was distributed outside of Japan, some localization removed this aspect completely. Fisheye is a member of the
Yeah, I
Amazon
feel like,
trio, and in the original version of
Japan
the
was
anime,
ahead
the
of its
character
time for
presents
this.
as an androgynous man who is attracted to men. Outside of Japan, however, several dubs made the choice to change Fisheye to a straight woman.
You're so pathetic.
Some countries even decided to totally cut out the Amazon trio,
That's the
including
same with,
Fisheye, from their releases of the anime, which is too bad considering they're a good group of
Zoisite.
characters.
今回は綺麗な男っていうコンセプトで迫る
Oh,
んだ
so that's actually a guy.
Number 6, Americanization.
Serena!
I gotta go!
Aren't you forgetting something, dear?
What? Oh yeah.
When Sailor Moon was first released in English in North America, it was distributed for children. In order to make the anime more accessible to young audiences, localization changed several character names and references. For example, Michiru is changed to Michelle, and Usagi becomes Serena. Additionally, food references have also been altered, including Mamoru's nickname for Usagi being changed from
Meatball
Dumpling
Head.
Head to Meatball Head.
Hey, watch it, Meatball Head.
Huh? Oh, sorry.
A 30. Admirable.
There are also subtle changes to the animation itself, such as cars being driven on the opposite side of the road. While these changes did make the series a little easier for young audiences to understand, they made some aspects of the show confusing.
Well, personally, I am looking forward to a scholastic challenge. Ha!
Number 5. Cut episodes, including Sailor Venus's origin.
そこで知り合ったアラン
Where'd she
とい
come
う
from?
人に恋をしたわ
When Sailor Moon was originally picked up for English distribution in North America, the company that released it chose to not air several episodes. While some of these episodes contain raunchy moments, such as Usagi's classmate flipping up their teacher's skirts and making her cry, others were cut for unknown reasons. Perhaps the strangest omission is the episode that is focused on Sailor Venus's origin.
I think when I was a kid, I thought it was weird that
Before she teams up with the rest
no
of the
one
main
knew who they
characters,
were.
Sailor Venus
Even though they're
lives
wearing
in
a costume,
England.
their hair is
There
like the
she
same
takes up
stuff.
the moniker Sailor V and fights evil. She is also caught up in an explosion, and in the aftermath realizes her love interest and her friend are in love with each other. Naturally, she lets them believe she did
She ain't your
not
real
survive the
friend.
explosion and moves to Japan. No wonder her powers are associated with love.
私は二人の前から姿を消したわこのまま死んだ
How
ふりを
old
した
are
方
you?
が
Dang,
二人
you're
に
too young for
幸
this.
せだと思ったの
Number 4.
Move
Zoisite
on.
and Kunzite. Similarly to the aforementioned Fisheye, Zoisite was a victim of LGBTQ+ erasure in several dubs. In the original version of the show, Zoisite is in a same-sex relationship with fellow Shitano, Kunzite. However, outside of Japan, several localization efforts changed Zoisite from a man to a woman, making the character's relationship with Kunzite heterosexual instead.
Just promise me one last thing, Malachite.
Anything.
Don't forget me. Ah.
I would never.
Interestingly enough, Kunzite's name was also changed to Malachite in the first North American English dub, and Zoisite's name was spelled differently, although the reasons behind these changes are less clear. While this was the first LGBTQ+ relationship to be changed due to censorship, it would not be the last, as we'll explore later on.
Sailor Uranus and Neptune.
Number 3, the first season finale.
泣いてる暇はないよプリンセスさあ元気を出して
So many things were eliminated that the finale was literally cut in half. When the conclusion of the first season originally aired, it was a 2-part episode. However, when it was aired in other markets, many scenes deemed too disturbing for young viewers were either altered or
Jupiter died.
completely removed. In the original version, all the Sailor Guardians sacrificed themselves during the battle. In the original North American English dub, the villains say that the Sailor Guardians have been captured and are being held as prisoners.
She's with us, girls, in the Negaverse.
No, don't go! Hang in there, you guys.
Additionally, particularly violent parts of the battle are cut, such as shots from the fight between Usagi and Mamoru. The end of the finale remains the same, but it doesn't have quite the same impact.
See, like these original songs, did they not have them in Japan?
Number 2, the entire last season.
I haven't seen the whole
When
series.
Sailor Moon was originally distributed
These
in
are the
English
superstars.
in North America, it ended with
Sailor
the
Stars.
4th season, which meant audiences did not even get to see the true end of the series. The 5th season of the anime features the Sailor Starlights, 3 characters who present themselves as men in their civilian forms and transform into women in their Sailor Guardian forms. Additionally, one of the Starlights, Seiya, dates Usagi. While some markets decided to simply not release the season at all, other markets came up with creative ways to cover up the gender non-conforming characters. For example, one dub changed the 3 Starlights to 3 sets of twins who switched out during transformation sequences. It was definitely a choice. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings.
Oh damn, why am I watching this? Let me skip this.
Number 1, Sailor Neptune and Sailor Uranus.
Delete.
おい、なんだよ。
はるか、大丈夫よ。私はあなたの手が好きよ。
As we've discussed, several international versions of Sailor Moon censored LGBTQ+ characters in various ways. But this one definitely takes the cake. In the original version of the anime, Haruka and Michiru are 2 women in a romantic relationship with each other. Several markets censored and altered their relationship
But they're cousins
in different
in
ways.
America.
Some countries changed Haruka to a man when in civilian form. Perhaps most infamously, however, the original North American English dub changed the 2 characters from girlfriends to cousins.
Maybe we need to get some help. We can't give in yet. We've got to stay strong, Michelle.
Maybe the localization team had a Karen Smith view on family structures or something. At the end of the day, Michiru and Haruka are still the ultimate power couple, no matter how hard people try to cover up their love.
君に会えてよかった。
え？
このままずっと2人で走ろう。今夜は返さないぜ。
まあ。
Did you enjoy this video?
Okay, so that is the end of the video. But yeah, some of these I knew about, some of these I didn't know about, but it's interesting to see that how they try to fix it, or not fix it, but change it up for other countries and stuff, other markets. But yeah, Japan was ahead of their time with all this, with the original version, and even like other video games and stuff. Like there's transgender characters in other games, Japanese games and stuff, that I didn't find out until like maybe a few years ago. But anyway, that is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and let me know what else I should react to in the comments below. And if you want to see my experiences in Korea, you can check out my first channel, SEKSHI. And if you want to see my other socials, it's right here under my face. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.